finally made it to the river, and that was tough going for me and the dog. It's a good location. Woo! Hello and welcome to another episode of Mr. Dad's P1's Gold Rush. And there is no gold rush. And I'm back here today at the Secret River. It's running a touch high. It must have rained a lot in a short space of time. And normally this area here you've got good access to bedrock. Now I have worked this area before, and I dare say a few more people have as well since. But I've given it a few years actually just to maybe recover. And a lot of these gravels are new gravels. These are nice little spots here. That's your overburden. Small size pebbles. That big boulder. That tells me, unless someone's plopped it there, that tells me it's been transported, it's rolled, and it's dropped out here. So I will clean out this area with that kind of gravel and probably find a few specks. I'm not expecting to find nuggets or big pickers, anything like that, just little specks on this. It's got a nice gentle flow, and all these little bits here, they can act like riffles. Right, the sun's come out, it's warm now. I've got actual direct sunlight on me, so you know I feel comfortable again. Now I've been working this crevice down here, let's have a look. These pockets here, they are good. I have got gold on the top mat of the sluice. Now this pump is what a viewer gave me. It's called Justin, and it's a really simple piece of kit. It's got there probably what, a 15mm pipe, and everything collects in there like a cup. And once it's settled, it goes to the bottom. It can't come back down the pipe. And there's your valve. A nice little wing nut assembly with some rubber. So this is now the perfect tool for getting in there, and I'll show you. The thing you've got to bear in mind is that this is too big to get down there properly. It draws the water out before it's actually cleared the crevice. Whereas with this, I can get right in there and suck out every little last speck of anything. He's telling me it's dinner time, aren't you? Eh? Where's your biscuits? They're yours, aren't they? Good boy. And today we're on route low. That's nice, that. Okay, I've had my dinner, I feel a bit better now. Let's have a look at the sluice and just see how well we're doing at the moment, because this area here, it does take a while, but it does replenish, and I like it. The gold's travelling down this left-hand side of the river. So there's the channels. I suspect that's the lowest point on this bedrock here, so I will get to that eventually. Now, what I've got here, I've got a few boulders, and I've just allowed the water here to slow down enough, working its way through this little dam section here I've made with about 10 rocks. It's a gentle flow there. Let's have a look in the top map. Well, that's not looking too bad. Pieces here, pieces there. There's quite a lot of fine, small, visible gold in the sluice. So I've basically worked this ledge here. Again, I always stress, just look how the water's flowing there. It's just gently coming along, and that's where the gold will just drop. When there's a bit more flow with the water, it'll get pushed along and drop down here. So I've used my main pump here to get down there. I'll show you the concentrates. I can see a nice piece of gold just there, and some gold there. So let's go and pan the concentrates back and see what's in there. Whoa! There's a ton of flour gold in here. Have a look at that. Loads of it. And I just find all this fascinating, how the water has done this, and it's gradually working its way all the way down there, and who knows what it'll be like in another 10,000, 20,000 years, maybe 500,000 years, as it goes further and further into the bedrock. And I've had a few viewers asking about bedrock. It's quite interesting to look at. It's been well weathered and well worked by the water over thousands and thousands of years. Now the geology here, I think that the bedrock here is like a mudstone. This area is full of slate as well. And way up there, there's a big volcano, and one of the sources of the gold will be from like mesothermal heat. So what we will have here is your original sedimentary layer. You've got your pressures, your faults, a lot of uplifting, you've got your volcanic activity, and as the earth plates have moved in them faults, you get the mineralisation, and across this river you get the mineralised gold bearing veins. And I think that's where a lot of this gold comes from that we find in the river. And over time it works its way out of the mineralised quartz veins. It will actually be in the rock itself. So the old timers, the miners, would have been mining the actual rock, and then they'd have processed the rock for the gold and used the mercury to amalgamate it all together. Another fascinating fact, I think it's a fact, that on this river you will see some smooth sides, like here. This is smooth, it's been worked and worn by water action, and you'll see many jagged areas. I'm led to believe they may have used dynamite or explosives to get into the rock, to get it out of here and be processed. So that's why when you look around you might see different aspects of the river. Sharp, rough, jagged edges and smooth edges. Okay, it's another day. I've come back to the spot I was at previously, and I've now just finally cleared that bedrock. I'm happy that it's fully done. I wanted to come back just to make sure I'd left nothing there. I'm currently working this small crevice down here. What it had was a lot of nicely packed stones, that kind of stone there, and they were all packed in along there quite tightly, and that's a good sign. So I cleared it out and I've just been scraping along, and then been using this to get right into the finest of cracks. I've also been using that pump to get in there originally, but it's now too big for that crevice. So you've got to get right in there, scrape it and scrape it until you get right down to the bottom. So we'll empty the contents of this. You're seeing there it's still dirty, but I can see a speck of gold there now. See another speck there coming, it looks good. Wow, that's looking really good. That was a nice little crack to work there. Nice black sands. Some nice little tiny flakes as well. That's excellent, that. That's literally, you know, a teaspoonful of dirt. Well, I'm impressed with that. That's not a bad little show. It's now time for a bite to eat because the lad behind me, where is he? He needs his dinner and I'm feeling a bit peckish. Anyway, while I have my brew, here's another clip from a walk that me and the dog did yesterday around Snowdonia near Beth Gellert. I hope you enjoy it. A little prospecting walk, we didn't find anything, but it's a fantastic location. Well, there's some fantastic drone aerial photography to be had around here, but I'm not quite here for that, but I could get carried away. However, Bed Gellert's that way, Porthmadog's that way. Looking at the river here, there's lots of debris, lots of dropout. Done a sample behind here, but there's no black sands. I've also worked a crevice down there. Again, no black sands, nothing, not even a speck. I mean, I like just looking out for anything that's interesting, and look at that tree there. Look at all them vines wrapped around it. If you're into that, I still think that looks weird and wonderful. I've just dug 3 little test holes there, panned it out and nothing. Test hole here, albeit small, nothing epic, nothing. You can't beat a good cup of coffee at the side of the river. It does wonders for your soul. So just to recap, that's where I was sluicing the other day. I've now moved along here, cleaned all that out, followed that ledge down there, cleaned that out, worked along that crevice in there, and as far as I can take it, that's been cleaned out without getting my wetsuit on and really getting in there looking properly. The sluice is running quite nicely, but I can't see a fat lot in it, and that's the little area I've just been working over there. This is a really nice little bedrock place to come and work. Let's have a quick look at the sluice. I can see a speck there, some of that red material to the left, maybe a speck down there bouncing around. I'll get a closer look at that. Just down there dancing around on that first riffle, I can see some shiny things there, but I'm not sure. The water's running quite fast here, and also one diddy speck down there. So we'll give the sluice a clean up and have a look at the mats. Right, now it's out of the water, as you can see, we do have some colour. Lots of nice tiny pieces here, probably about 10. A piece there, that could be a piece there. You see pieces in here, here, maybe a piece there. Pieces along here. And there's something shiny down there. There's the clean out from the green mat, the bottom mat, the green mat, and then a nice line of flower gold and a couple of flakes. And that's the top mat finished. It's about the same really. So for me now, I'm happy there. I'm not going to work any more of the bedrock with a big sluice pump. I'll do some fine crevicing. I think I've basically got the best out of that I can. What I think we'll do next, I think we'll work this channel. The water has been high, so it's worth checking that. I'll show you why we'll do this channel again. If you look up there, that's how high the water's been. A good 6 to 7 foot higher than where I am now. So the water will have been rushing along here. We're on a tight line. The gold will always travel on one side of the river, and all these spots here are really, really likely to have the flood gravels in there. I think that's a tiny piece of gold just there. I don't think these will pick it up. There's a tiny, tiny piece of gold on the rock. Let's have a look at it. The smallest of specks, minding its own business, just being a piece of gold on bedrock. Okie dokie, it's that time of the evening. It's time to do the final clean up. I've been working along some of these lines here, sluiced it all out. Let's have a look how we've got on. There's a fair little bit of colour there. Lots of flowery gold here. So it's not too bad, and it's what I expected. A few pieces in here and here. Well, that's a nice little pan. What we've got there is a ton of flower gold from working the crevices. It's that fine, it's so hard to pan against all of the materials. But this time of night it looks a lovely colour. And all that fine black material there, I bet if you look with a microscope it'll be full of super fine grade flower gold. So let's get the snuffer bottle, add it to that lot, and let's see how we've done today. That's a lovely ring there, a lovely line of super flower gold there, going out to slightly bigger pieces just here. So at the end of the day it was a good trip. I like getting my flood gold, I love it. So that's me done for the day now, and if you like these videos let me know and I'll make some more for you, and thank you for watching. Now looking at this here, that's not something you find every day beside the river, so someone's obviously lost their sluice at some point. Actually looking at this sluice, it's a homemade affair, it's nice. It's got some aluminium plate there, folded back to form a riffle, and then it's got sections with your matting in there, with this expanded metal, and by the looks of it carpet to act as some kind of miner's moss. It's very small, it'll fit in a backpack that, it's a really nice piece of kit that. It's a shame it's just been battered. I mean God knows how long it's been here. Anyway, it's not my property and it's not my place to take it. Okay, the sluice is now just hidden back there. A couple of rocks on it, it should be safe there. And if you come down to this part of the river and it is your sluice, you'll know that section there to come down.